Okay, so I'm putting on the U-Pole Raptor liner. This is my off-road adventure trailer, and rooftop tent, 270 awning, blah, blah, blah. We can go over more of that later. So the front, this was just powder coated, so I have to get Raptor liner on it because I've taken it out twice, and it's just, the rocks are just, it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna do the roll-on because I don't need to spray this. It's not that much space. And so what I've done is I've sanded, and then I've degreased and cleaned that. So I'll probably check it one more time because I'm gonna do this tomorrow. I'm gonna roll it, and this is where it shuts. So I've got it all masked off so I can give the etch primer. I'll grab that and show you what I'm talking about. So I've got the Raptor roll coating. Probably will only need 2 bottles, and I'm gonna roll it. And there's not a lot of YouTube videos on the rolling, so the roll-on, so we'll check it out. So what I'm gonna do is I got 2 cans of primer, so I'm gonna make sure it's primed properly, etched, primed properly, and then around the edges and around the latches and everything, I'm going to be hitting it with adhesion promoter to make sure that sticks. I just don't want any issues with lifting. Other than that, that's what we're going to be putting on to make that work. As you can see, off-road trailer, and this thing is just absolutely a real joy, a real treat. Tons of storage, and enjoying what I can actually do with this. And it's great when I'm done camping, overlanding, whatever. Back it in, take my clothes out, done, and my pillow. Got a hard shell rooftop tent on top. I've got the Peregrine 270 awning. That's the 23-0 Peregrine, whatever. I've got solar on this. I've got a couple of panels you can see right here. And so I got solar, I got 2 100 amp hour batteries. I added the Victron battery monitor right here. So I got the Victron battery monitor, and so I've got a 2000 watt inverter, which is right here. Let me kick this on here. Okay. Whoop. And so that there is my inverter, and I've got a couple of 12 volt there, 12 volt, cigarette lighter, 12 volt, kick my water pump on. So, but this is a real treat because I can know exactly what's going on. If that's showing quite properly or not. Let me see if I can. Oh, it's the LED, it's flickering, so that doesn't matter. It won't work anyways. But I at least have my percentage, my amp draw, what's going back in. Then I got my solar. I'm going to change my solar charger. Excuse me, guys. I'm changing my solar charger to this smart charger because it's just one of those basic $20 chargers. And so this has got the Bluetooth, works with the Victron as well app, so I can know exactly how much is going in for solar. So that's going there. I've got a DC to DC charger in my truck. This is the shore power battery charger and inverter all in one. A couple of 100 amp hour batteries, and I got more stuff in there. There's my fridge, stove. I got my hot water right on this door. So I'm just looking to get out and enjoy this bad boy. Other than that, I'll give you an update as we continue. All right, so this is step 2. This is the primer, the etching primer actually. So we're going to do 2 coats. They're light coats, and the etching primer actually is not just a paint, but it bonds with the steel or the metal. So the sanding process, and then wax degreaser to prep the surface, and then the etching primer again is to really bond so it doesn't pull. And so that's what we're working on right now. And look at that. See, this is why I inspect, because I missed it. But 2 coats on this, and then we'll let that flash off, and then we hit it with the U-Pole roll-on liner. All right, second coat is on there of the etching primer. And some of these edges, I'm going to be using the other etching adhesion to hit these lines here and these edges, so I don't have any peeling. So that's my goal. After this dries, I'll do the etching adhesion. So that way, I don't want any peeling. So I'm going to hit all these areas, these edges, because I want to make sure that there's a really good bond there, so I don't have any peeling issues. So I don't know, this is my first time, so I'm trying to figure it all out. I watched as many YouTube videos as I could, but there's not that many on the rolling Raptor liner, so the roll-on. So hopefully this will help some of you guys if I do it right. Going all the way up here, and so yeah, because this gets a ton of debris coming off, and on my truck I've got mud flaps, but it's still not enough, man. When you're off-road, you got mud, snow tires, MT tires. I mean, they are I mean, there's already divots in here, and I've only been out twice, so it won't take long and that would just be shattered, nasty looking, dented. So this is really going to help. So I'm going to get a good thick coat on there and go from there. So this is what happens when you put the garage door open and a gust of wind tears your plastic off and blows it on your drying Raptor liner. Everything else is looking really good. Except this, I had to pull the plastic off, and because it was stuck to it. Unbelievable. And there's one spot up top which you won't see, but same thing happened, and that's just frustrating. So I'm going to give it a second coat. Hopefully that'll stempel that out with a second coat, because that just, oh my goodness, wow. Didn't have to be that way, but that's what happened. Lighting wasn't all that good, so you can see I missed here. I wasn't able to see that, and then down here I gotta get that, clean that up. So there's a couple spots I was really light on or missed, so I'll get those cleaned up. I got a little dark line here, but that was using the cheapest gun. That was the only gun I could find in the stores, and I think the more expensive gun is the way to go. But all in all, it lays out okay. It's just, I think the other one's got a better adjustment on the nozzle, where this one has no adjustment. Okay, so I got about a half hour before I can shoot the second coat, see if I can fix that joy. All right, it is all done. My big mess here, I just held back a little bit. You can see, I mean, you got to be real close. You'd have to be looking for it, but there's a couple spots you could probably notice, but you got to be looking for it. But all in all, looks really good. I did notch this out, so this isn't treated, because that closes and it's just too close of a tolerance. But all in all, if we bring you close, that'll give you an idea of the texture. And so, wow, I'm really happy with this. Like I said, I wanted it a little thicker because it's going to get a lot of rock impact, so I wanted to be sure that it was thick enough to be able to withstand that. Definitely got the tape off right away. Actually had a little blowout here and had a little overspray here, but I was able to get my degreaser and that came right off. De-waxer, degreaser, so whew, thank God. Other than that, I think I'm really happy with it. So it's still curing. Obviously, it's not even been an hour. There's just a couple of heavy spots. Like this is a heavy spot, and there's a couple of splatters there, splackers. But whatever. I mean, it's my first time ever shooting this. It was windy out. I didn't have a lot of room in my garage. Otherwise, I would have done it outside. So my light wasn't all that good. But yeah, I got it all covered. I'm I'm happy. So I went to Linex and I had them bid this. And local Linex in Tacoma, Washington. And so he said, well, if I take it all apart and take it in and give it to him, and over about a week and a half, he'd get it back to me. And he quoted me $750 plus tax. So it would have been about $850, close to that. Yeah, for that. And I did it for $120. That includes the, well, no, $150 because I bought the etching primer, the kit, the spray gun. Huge savings. Did it myself. I would have had to take it apart anyway, so it would have taken me that long just to take it apart to do the stupid thing, just to take it over there, and then I would have to drive it over there, wait all that time, come back. I did this. Let's see. I think I used an hour yesterday, and then about 3 hours today. All done. That's 2 coats. So I am very happy. I love saving the money, but I also love doing the experience because there's always other things I'm going to Raptor liner in the future. So, all right, guys. Thanks. Trail Talk out.